retard.
Hey, good evening. Hey, Mark. Hey, Yoda. How you doing? And Clank, hello to you. Hey, good. Andreas, hello to you. Sarf, hey. And Mike, hello to you as well. And Alexander, hello to you guys. Right, welcome. Welcome to Bogota. And we're flying to Quito. Hey, Voyager. Moin, wie geht's dir? And Kitman, hello to you. Cassiopeia, hello. Yeah, so today we are doing the following. We're flying Bogota to Quito, then we'll do a turnaround in Quito. We're going to go from Quito to Pasto Antonio. Also very interesting approach there. And we are then going to try out the new Kodiak 100 with the floats. We'll do a test flight there today, or a couple of test flights in Alaska. Ahead of schedule. Oh yes, we're 2 minutes early. Good God, what happened? Yeah, and actually already spawned in. So we can see that aircraft is on the ground, and we are almost ready for boarding, I would say. I'm not sure why the jetway has been moved again. It's kind of weird. We deboarded the aircraft and then the jetway just goes away. Kind of strange. All right. So how is everyone doing? And Stefan, hey, greetings to Salzburg. How are you doing? And Freda, moin. Right. What's happening here, guys? Come on, GSX, wake up. Right, there we go. Yeah, so yesterday I had my my yearly check ride, my line check flight, which went well. And oh, you got someone joining. Is that Kitman there? Ah, there we are. Kitman just wrote. Yeah. Yeah. So unfortunately, we don't have the one engine out delivery yet in FSLTL. So that's why it's showing a white aircraft. Yeah, so all went well. Yeah, good day, and everything was actually working quite nicely yesterday. So there's no big delays, nothing major. Hello to Bob, how you doing? Greetings to you. And have I actually looked at the scenery here in more detail? I'm actually surprised. It's actually looking quite nice. It actually has some interior modeled. That is not bad. I like it. Cool. Right. Let's have a look. So we're currently 41 minutes out from our departure times. So let's get the show on the road. Let's do it real time. And then GSX will start...
Refueling truck is on its way.
Oh, huh?
Please don't load aircraft until the fuel truck arrives and ask to do it.
Okay, that's weird. I didn't request the fuel truck here. I just pressed loading aircraft, and that's already starting. Okay, interesting. I like the livery. Love it. Very nice. I know it's got the Argentinian flag here, but it doesn't really matter. Let's see. Any news on flight sim stuff? Anything happening? Oh yeah, so at the moment, regarding my cross the pond, like I said, at the moment I have been scheduled to fly on that day, actually the whole weekend, which is really annoying. And so what I'm thinking of doing is actually do a long-range flight on stream, either prior to the 22nd or after 22nd. And then we'll have a look at what aircraft. Bob says TFDI MD-11 hopefully by next summer. Nice, yeah. Yeah, also be interested. If I had a say in PMDG's planning, I would say I would ask them to bring out the 747. There's the fuel truck before bringing out the 777. But they won't listen to me, so gonna have to wait a little bit. And has anybody? Oh yeah, the A380. That's the one thing I wanted to ask you guys about. Hey, Eagle Motion, nice to see you. Stepke, how you doing? Has anyone heard anything about the progress on the A380 from Fly-by-Wire? The 757 is expected to come by late summer, fall 2023. Okay, sorry for that. Right, so hey Yavi, hey, how you doing? And Turboprop, hello there as well. Welcome. Right. I love how he's scratching his head there. Lovely. Well, no, to be honest, the 747 Salty is very basic. I don't enjoy it at the way it's currently simulated, or with the way it's currently simulated. Is it really next month already? Already next month? That's pretty soon then. Wow, okay, that's something to look forward to. So let's see, it's going to start fueling now, or do we need to do anything else? I still have not fully understood how it works in combination with the FENIX. It is. Okay, so it's actually fueling the aircraft. Very nice. Cool. Regarding to today's flights, I hope there will be a world update for South America soon. Yeah, Andreas, that would be great. Isn't there anything on plan for that? Oh, that's what I wanted to look at, the update data, aircraft status. Oh, it have updated it. It was 6th of October. Ah, all right. So I have a good database. That's good to know. Anything else here? No, fine. Right, so let's get this going. Oh, I don't think Yoda is responsible for filling up aircraft with fuel. Right, so the inlet here as well. Maybe defuel, like make sure the tank is empty. So we've got ground control on. That's all fine. That's off as it should be. That's all good. That's all good. Well, we can put that to about neutral there. Oh, actually, regarding my transition to the 747, I have moved forward a couple of positions on the reserve list. So it's really difficult to predict what's going to happen, but if I get pulled on in December, but yeah, it's exciting. Exciting to be on a reserve list, and maybe hopefully soon we'll transition. So let's put all that on. Let's have a look at the current weather, and I'll have a look at the flight plan with you guys. Departing runway, Kipman, hold on. let's just check my flight, and then let's go for the weather first of all. So here we've got currently 360 at 4. So I would suggest I guess we'll go with runway. I mean, the flight plan says runway 13 right. However, because of the wind, it should be 3-1. So let's pull in the routing here. Hey, Flight Sim Dad, how you doing? Hey, Black Box, got an internal job interview. See you after takeoff. Good luck. Hey, all the best, Flight Sim Dad. Yeah, all the best with your interview. Stepke, well, yeah. I mean, it's definitely an aircraft that is, yeah, that'll be phased out at some point. But if you look at how many 747s are still flying as a cargo aircraft, I would imagine that the cargo aircraft will be flying for a long, long time. So the cargo versions. I'm not so sure about the passenger versions. Maybe the passenger versions, you know, will die out fairly quickly. You know, maybe next 10 years or so. But yeah, the cargo ones, surely they'll be flying for a long, long time to come. Hey, Hayden, how you doing? So let's have a look at the routing is via Camis. So do we have a Camis departure out of 3-1? Yeah, we do. So Camis, how about we do the Camis to Charlie departure? Unless there is a ANF departure. But I don't see one here. I don't see one here. Camis. Yeah, so, hey, Adamigo, hola, hola, ¿cómo estás? How are you doing? Hope you're doing good.
Hello, Black Box.
And Lee, moin. Ich hoffe, alles klar bei dir. So, initial climb, jet via Camis to Charlie, 16,000. So we'll take the Camis to Charlie, and we're climbing 16,000 initially. 3-1 right, 3-1 left. Let's have a look where we are. Where are we parked? Probably the northern one. Because we are parked. Hey, Noes. We'll take 3-1 right. Yeah, we'll take 3-1 right for departure. And the Camis to Charlie. Excellent. So, oh yeah, the flight plan. Let's have a look at the weather, etc., etc. So we've got currently Bogota. Oh, look at that! Sigmets. Volcanic eruption, Nevado del Ruiz. Surface to level 210. That's actually pretty high. I'm moving northeast 5. So normally would check the volcanic ash cloud concentration map to determine whether or not we're allowed to fly over it or not. Interesting. Oh, and there was an eruption on, hang on, in Italy again, right? The island, what's it called? Yeah, so it's quite a lot of volcanic eruptions going around here. So, Quito, our destination is 020 at 5, northerly winds. Currently, few 3,000, broken 30,000, QH 1027. Now, this is interesting. So, 13th, 1900 UTC until 2200 UTC, and we are on live weather, lifetime and live weather. So it's 1710. It's an hour flight time, but we could go and run into the thunderstorms. We'll see. And our alternate, Segu, so Jose Chacuin de Olmedo. Yeah, same weather. It's stable, so there's no threats there, which is good. Bogota right now, yeah, northerly winds or northwesterly winds 3034, QNH 1027. And also thunderstorms, rain later on. So we are actually at pretty high altitude at the moment, aren't we? So, actually 27 it was, not 24, 27. So that is actually quite impressive. What do you mean with fixed live weather? When was it broken? So the air has the same weather, so that's all fine. So, operation flight plan. We are flying about, well, we're going to go climb level 360. Flight time is 1 hour 6 minutes. And fuel required is about 7.1 block fuel. How much do we have in right now? Oh, we finished already. Nice. So we can start boarding.
Boarding requested.
No! GSX, please. How on earth are you going to board without the jetway, for crying out loud? Waiting for other services to be completed? Why? What's happening? That's weird. Alright, so let's go ahead. Waiting for door 1 to be open. Yeah, well, why is the jetway gone? Hey, Solid Wings, bonjour. What do you mean, why is the bar row always high? It's not always high, no. The bar row is always dependent on high pressure area, low pressure areas. It has nothing to do with a high airport. Just accept it? No. No, I'm not just going to accept it. So let's see. So that's working now. Okay, cool. Excellent. I've never been, or I have not been there often to Bogota. I don't know if it's always like that. I doubt it's always like that. So we're called Avianca 8397. 8397. Cost index is 999. 360, and we've got temperature up here of around about minus 47. And 999. And we have where's mine? A trouble pause currently at 54,000 feet. Good golly. 54,000 feet of hair. What you mean invalid entry? 360 at minus 47. There we have it. Received messages. So load sheet initially.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Twitch channel subscriber experience.
Hey, Solid Wings, thank you so much.
Subscribers, please make your way to the first class cabin.
So we've got 58.8.
Snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Solid Wings, thank you so much. Merci, monsieur. Gifting a sub to Bob. Thank you so much. Block fuel was 7.1. And the alternate fuel here is 1.5. I'll enter that here as well. 1.5. And final is 1.2 half an hour. So 1.2 final fuel. So we have a little bit extra fuel because Quito is a high elevation airport. You can mess up the approach really quickly. So 3-1 right with the... Hey, Brennelt. I thought you're out until later. Camis to Charlie. Insert. So we've got the departure route, then we've got the flight plan route, and for the approach, let's have a look. So we've got ground charts first of all. So we've got airport info and gates. Then we'll do star. We are coming via, it says direct Quito. Okay, so we have some feeder routes, but to be honest, since we are going to start from Quito, VOR, we have ILS approaches, and we have, of course, RP approaches. And yes, we'll do an RP approach. Yeah, it's on VATSIM, yeah. We don't have any ATC at the moment, but it is on VATSIM. So the question is, how do we get from Quito onto the arrivals? Let's have a look for the... So that will be the standard approach from Quito. And I would like to do a RMP approach 3-6. So let's have a look for the Zulu. That comes via Egezu. How about this one? The Yankee also from there. What about X-ray? Ah, there we go. That's the one. X-ray. So we're going to shoot the X-ray approach out of Quito VOR. That's the one we're going to do. So RMP X-ray. I know it's authorization required. We have authorization, guys. What overlays do you use for the flight info on streams? It's from Sim Toolkit Pro. So it's this software which is free, and you have streaming tools, and you can change all the values on top there to your liking. So it was the X-ray RMP 3.6. There it is. Yeah, it stands for Required Navigation Precision. Hey, hold on. It is X-ray. RMP X-ray. So it's an RNAV approach, but since it's an RMP, it requires a couple of extra systems. And quite often you need GPS updating for that, which for an RNAV approach you don't always need. But here it says definitely you also need for the initial and intermediate segments, which is unusual. Normally that's only 1 mile required, but here's 0.3 because of the terrain. So how come I can't select? Oh, there we go. So we've got Palat, Anbal. Do we have Anbal somewhere? Medex. So it doesn't really matter. We'll do Pallet. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do Pallet. However, what we're going to do is we're going to go and clear out the waypoints that are... Actually, maybe it's always done that. Hang on. So let's step through that. Oh, no, it's done that. So Quito, all fine. We got it programmed. Perfect. Nice. Like it. Brennelt, some days ago I did a flight from Quito with the 737, but it was to Palm Springs. It was a 7-hour flight. Seriously, blimey. What aircraft? 737. 7 hours. What was that? The BBJ or? Yeah, so Tux, I can definitely give you some advice if you want to start out on VATSIM. First of all, choose an aircraft that you are completely familiar with, that you feel really comfortable with. Oh, look at that. Clouds are getting a bit thicker. What do I mean by that? I mean that you should try to avoid having to fight with the aircraft systems, especially with the automation. So make sure you understand your aircraft, especially the how the autopilot works, the FMS works, etc., etc. And then go to an airport that is, of course, towered, but is not so busy. So don't go flying into an airport that has an event going on. So every day there are certain airports on VATSIM regions that have events going on. So, for example, there's Frankfurt Friday, all right, Crete, and so yeah, make sure you have an airport that's towered. You know, so you have a control there, but it's not too busy, right? So that the controller has time for you in case anything goes wrong. You can maybe explain one or two things. Yeah, that would be my advice. And then regarding the wordings, if you want, just spawn in at an airport. Make sure your transponder is off though, and dial in the frequency for the tower or whatever is going on you want to listen to, and then yeah, just listen to the boarding completed. Listen to the ATC and familiarize yourself with all the procedures. Boarding completed as well. Wow, we're good in time here. Look at that. We are currently. We still have, how many minutes do we have? 17 minutes. Cool. Very nice. So in the A page, in the B page, flight plan page filled out. Let's have a look at the RATNAV page. It was a 737-700 with passengers. And it goes for 7 hours? Seriously? Can it fly that long? I have no idea. I'm just asking because I literally have no idea. Brannelt, well, we had workshops, Brannelt. So we had... right, we want to have the following. We have 314 degrees to 8 miles from Bogota. So we're on Bogota on here. Bravo Oscar Golf. And then we want... oh, no, we don't. So it's a radial 219 outbound to Camis. That's fine. And 16,000 it is for the jets. Cool. That's all done. That's all done. That's all done. What else do we need to do? We need to do... let's do the secondary before we do all the performance calculations. So if anything goes wrong, we're going to return to Bogota. So it's not fully booked and as range as possible. 7 hours. Blimey. I didn't think it could fly for that long. And we'll do the ILS 3-1 left in that case. So Zulu... actually, hang on. Do we have an ILS? Oh, well, that's interesting. All right, we'll do a an RF approach then. RF approach, no star, and no via. So that's that. And then for the performance, and I want to have a look at the info. Okay, we don't have info on the website for that yet. Okay, so this will be interesting regarding our performance because it is a high level or high altitude airport, 8,000 something feet. Super Gromby, yeah, alles gut, über dir? So we're going to sync the final load sheet, 65.5. Oh, good God. 3-1 right, dry. optimum. Live weather. Let's do 21 degrees and 1025. Intersection. Let's have a look. Now we'll do the full length, obviously. So we've got, actually, it's not bad. Flaps 2, flex 46, and trim down 0.5. All right, I'll take that. We don't have the final load sheet just yet, although it should be in any second. But we can take the EFB. Today, you know, I had a talk with someone, and we talked about how work and how things in the flight deck have changed over the last 30 years since I've started flying. And I remember at the beginning we didn't have any smartphones in our flight deck. We didn't have we had no EFB. We had just it was all paper. So all the flight plan, all the NOTAMs, the weather, etc. All the OMBs, so the FCOMs and the flight crew training manuals. Any kind of regulations, we all had folders for that, and we had I don't know how many pages, but we had like 10 big folders with our approach charts regarding our destinations, etc. So it was incredible how much paper we had in the flight deck. And then at some point, things started to change, especially when the smartphones came out. And now, looking at how today, how much paper we have, and I have to say, we don't actually have... Well, we have one more paper. That's the technical logbook. So when I finish my work and I hand out our documents to the ramp agent for departure, for example, there's only a copy of the technical logbook. So there's a page I need to fill out, and I'll give that to the ramp agent to keep as a reference. But apart from that, all of the paper has gone, and there are plans to get the technical logbook completely electronical as well. So I guess by end of next year, it'll be completely paperless, which is mind-boggling. Where was I? Mass and balance. So let's have a look at the final figures. So we've got a zero fuel weight, 58.8 and 32.6. That's a pretty far back CG, because 32.6 means it's about down, well, I guess with that it's about down 0.6 or 7 even. Oh, sorry, that's for the zero fuel disregard. The takeoff CG is 30.7, so that's all right. Then 0.5. Yep, that adds up. So 65.7. Oh, there's a load sheet as well. 65.7 for the takeoff. Yeah, that's correct, because we're going to burn 200 kilograms of taxi fuel. Oh, wind data. I haven't put the wind data in. Wind uplink. So that's all correct. And the trim, so we've got flaps 2 and down 0.5. Incorrect format. What? What do you mean? Down 0.5. There we go. And the... Hey, Pilot Wizard, how you doing? And... They fly their 737-800 transcontinental, 2,003 nautical miles. But how many hours is that, Pilot Wizard? We're talking about, what, 5.5, 6 hours? Okay. Wow, that's pretty impressive. And Chris Scott, hello to you. And CMP is flying, what's Mike Papa Tango Oscar to Sierra Bravo Golf Lima? 7 hours. Wow, okay. Well, 7 hours. Jeez. The touristy, how are you doing? And Chris doing well. How are you doing? So again, 65.5 packs off. So we'll use APU bleed on the packs. All right. So we've got flex 46, 26, 35, 35. Rio, okay. Panama to Rio. Wow, okay, that's a long flight. Definitely. Good, engine acceleration. Let's have a look. We are currently at 8,400 feet. So I'm going to put this to 9.9. And the rest can, yeah, remain that way. Good. So, let's have a look at the over panel right now. That also needs to be on. That can go off. Squawk should be 2000, correct? Let's put the squawk on. That goes to above. That's fine. Cool. Now, oh, let me try. Let me try. Shall we be brave? Yeah, let's be brave, guys. Let's be brave and let's do FS2 crew. But for that, I need to set that to FS2 crew. I hope my co-pilot behaves today. There it was. There we go. Yeah, I of course, yeah, it depends heavily on wind situation, etc., etc. Yeah, I need to have a look at other liveries. Yeah, for sure. Right, so there we go.
Takeoff runway.
Oh, come on.
Takeoff runway, confirm.
No!
Approach path, clear of traffic. Cabin crew, be seated for
Now
takeoff.
that's how pros do it.
Right, hang on. There was somebody gave me a tip regarding. Yeah, I got trolled by myself. Someone gave me a tip regarding those hold on. Those commands. Hold on. Where's my comments there? So which flight was it? Was it the first one? Yeah, I think it was. Regarding... Right. Hold on. Cancel checklist.
Roger.
So let me just restart that. Give me a second. We'll get it working. The problem is, I need to shut up when that thing starts. So I just need to have that microphone off. And let's see. Are you ready for the departure brief?
Go ahead.
Oh, that's cool. So when you say that, it actually brings up that that form which I have to fill out. That's pretty cool, actually. So weather is good. Config 2, takeoff runway 31 right, thrust reduced, radar required, pushback required, threats, terrain, speed. So we've got 1, 2, back. Sorry, we just had a quick disconnect regarding OBS, but we're back. It recovered itself. Hold on. Yeah, just refresh. There we go. Yeah, we should be back. Yeah, sorry for that. Yeah, I don't know why OBS just suddenly dropped out for some reason. Transition here is... Let's have a look. Transition... Transition is 18,000 feet. Correct. Pitch trim. How do we do that? Is it minus or down? It's minus 0.5, isn't it? Right. So, briefing. We are flying the departure 31 right, Camis to Charlie.
34, something pushback.
Climbing 16,000 feet. The MSA in that region is 15,000 feet, which is very high. So we need to climb up according to the profile, although the elevation here is also high at 8,360 feet. The extra fuel for Quito is, well, it's about, that is silly, that's stupid, that is not correct. I don't know why that's so high. It should be, according to the flight plan. Yeah, Bob, yeah, of course. So the extra fuel should be about 1,200 kilograms, 27 minutes. That's what I planned for, one go around there. Good, taxi out. Hotspots. Currently, I don't see many hotspots. Pushing back, which will, of course, be risky in itself. We'll taxi out then via probably Charlie, Papa, Bravo, or Alpha. Alpha 9 holding point, full length. Was not correct. I'm not sure what's not correct.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Duo Channel experience. Could new subscribers please make their way to the first
AOSIT will just proceed straight out.
Drinks,
Acceleration in 9,900 feet. Clean up. And we're going to climb up to, I would say, about 11,000 feet to get radar vectors for the return. Thank you so much, Hayden. Thank you for 3 months. Hayden, thanks for the support. Fuel reserve. Oh, what's a fuel reserve? Why is that not correct? Hold on. Alternate time. No, that's fine. That's good. Final time is correct. What's not correct? The 2.7. We need 1.4 and 1.1. So 2.5, 2.7 looks all right to me. 0.1. No, forget that. That's disregard that. That's not important. No, that has nothing to do with. So that's the important thing. That's the important value. 1.5 for the alternate fuel, and the final time. So the 30 minutes at the alternate airport as final time. So the Minda version, it says 2.7 today. Yeah, no worries. But so this is one of the FENIX things at the moment where the fuel flow just is absolutely wrong. But there we go. It'll be a better once we're airborne, I think. Everything's standard. I don't see any non-standards apart from high altitude, obviously. And so the threats are terrain and high altitude. And, oh yes, for the extra stuff. So we've got procedure-wise, APU. Why is that off? APU on, or the packs on APU for takeoff. That's the important thing. The problem is, packs off for takeoff. Can I tell the FO to leave the APU? Oh, actually, that's my item, isn't it? So we'll leave the packs on for takeoff. There we go. Cool. Any questions?
No questions.
Cockpit preparation checklist.
Gear pins and covers.
Removed.
Fuel quantity.
7,040 kilograms balanced.
Seat belts.
On.
ADRs.
NAF.
Baro ref.
QNH 1027 set.
1027 set. Cockpit preparation checklist completed.
Oh, it sounds so serious. Let's so we're gonna go have that. What? What? What did my first?
Traffic Avianca 22 taxi to holding point 13 right by Bravo 7 Alpha.
Right, they're setting the. Well, that is on. So let's try to get GSX. Prepare pushback. Didn't I already switch those off? Probably not. Ground services. There we go.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
Ready for pushback. I love the accent. Caramba. Yeah, Brennald, right? I know, I have the same issue. You know what, Brennald? On my last landing, was it? No, the landing we did 2 streams ago, and I called out, after landing, I called out spoilers, reverse green, auto brake low, and I had an echo. So FS2 crew called out exactly the same. Exactly. So it felt like I had an echo in the stream. That's like, where's the echo coming from? Henry, hello to you.
Bogota traffic, windmill to
Andreas, you don't put that anywhere.
On 5, push and start, Bogota.
Hang on. Just want to do something here. Just want to plan my pushback. Quick edit. So let's put this. Let me put that there. Wow, that takes a lot of clicks there. I think that's Kitman pushing back, correct? Wow, what's going on? Why does it take so long? Ah, shift. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Man, guys, if I didn't have you guys here, blimey, I would be so lost.
Exiting from editing mode. Please wait.
It's done that again now. It's done it again. Exiting. So if you take too long, or if you do something wrong,
Yeah, right.
there we go. So let's do that again. Now it should still be planned. Oh no. Oh no. I think we're broken now. Yeah, GSX. I mean, it's like, for crying out loud. Right, I need to restart Quito. Hold on, give me a second. So let's do GSX, and that's Quito, isn't it? I need to close Quito. There we go. So restarting Quito. Yes, please. Three seconds. Right, let's try again. Oh, the clouds are getting thicker.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for this one.
Bogota. Super grumpy. Okay, so Bogota. Okay, thank you. Do some Avianca have the American registration code in the tail? That's a good question. I don't know. And Srihari, hello. How are you doing?
Departure checks complete. Bypass being inserted.
Another Avianca ready for departure there. Hey, Chain Reactor, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Alright, here comes the pushback truck. Keeping fingers crossed this time. So, we'll do auto-saved edit pushback.
Bogota traffic, windmill 26 Golf, taxi to holding point 31 right, via Delta, Papa and Bravo, Bogota.
Welcome aboard the Captain Black Box Duo Channel Experience. Could new
Avianca
subscribers please make
8397
first class
waiting for the
channels
traffic
where
to pass behind, and then we'll
complimentary
push back
drinks,
and
could new
be sorted out.
subscribers please make their way to the first class cabin where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
I had a was it two resubs at the same time? It was, wasn't it? So Chris Lee gifted a sub to Cloak On. First of all, Chris Lee, thank you so much for that. And the Banji coming in on YouTube with 9 months. The Banji, thank you. And he writes, good evening, Black Box Chat. How are you today? I'm very well. Thanks for asking. How are you doing? Before start checklist.
Parking brake.
Off. Set and checked.
Takeoff speeds and thrust.
V1 126, VR 135, V2 135, flex temp 46.
V1 126, VR 135, V2 135, flex temp 46 degrees. Windows.
Closed.
Beacon.
On.
Before start checklist completed.
Starting engine 2.
Okay.
Okay. I love that. Oh, sorry. I'll hurry up. I know, Andreas, I know, please forgive me. I had one Avianca installed today and I didn't check if it had, the right livery. I know, guys, some of you, you want to have that perfectly correct. I don't care that much. So I have Avianca, that's all fine for me. Train director, yeah, I need a... You're actually right. I actually do want a coffee, to be fair. Do I fly for Avianca in real life? No, I don't. Have you flown the 777? You mean here in the sim or in real life? Starting engine 1. Starting engine 1.
Okay, okay.
Oh. It's Argentinian flag.
Ladies and gentlemen, all portable electronic equipment and mobile phones should be switched off as we are now about to start our pre-flight safety briefing. We are now going to take you through our safety procedures and equipment. As this information is for your benefit, we ask you to watch and listen carefully. The safety card in your seat area shows details of escape routes, oxygen masks, and life jackets.
You would like me to do a flight with the King Air analog? Yeah, okay, well, to be fair, I do enjoy these flights with analog instruments.
There are 2 exits at the rear of the first class cabin and 2 at the front and rear of each
So,
cabin.
flows, it's just this. My co-pilot hopefully will set everything accordingly. Yeah, flaps 2 looks correct. He sets the trim. Status page. Cool.
Leave all hand baggage behind and remove high-heeled shoes as they may tear the
Flight
slide.
control check.
Ready. Full up.
Please now ensure that your
Full
table
down.
is folded away.
Neutral.
Your seat back is
Full
upright
left.
with the armrest down
Full
and
right.
your seatbelt fastened.
Neutral.
Rudder.
The seatbelt is fastened and adjusted like
Rudder.
this. And
Full
unfastened
left.
like this.
Full right.
When the fasten
Neutral.
seatbelt signs are on, you must
Not in real life, no.
fasten your
But
seatbelt securely.
the 747 I
For your
have.
own comfort and safety, we recommend you keep
After
your
start
seatbelt
checklist.
fastened at all
Anti-ice.
times.
Traffic Avianca 22, takeoff runway 13
Off.
right.
Flight.
ECAM status.
Checked.
Pitch trim.
30% set.
The cabin air supplies
Rudder
fail,
trim.
Neutral.
oxygen will be provided.
After start checklist completed.
Masks like this will appear automatically. Stay in your seat and pull a mask towards you.
Right, good to taxi.
This will open your
So we're going to
oxygen supply.
taxi out to the
Place
right.
the mask over your mouth and nose like this, and breathe normally, adjusting the
Clear
band
left
to secure
side.
it.
Clear right side.
Do make sure your own mask is fitted before helping anyone else.
Avianca 8397 taxiing active 31 right in Bogota. Yeah, payload it is, yeah.
Remove the life jacket from
Brake
the
check.
container and put it over your head.
Pressure
Fasten
0.
tapes round your waist and tie them securely in a double bow at the side. To inflate, pull the red toggle as shown. The air can be topped
Frankie,
up by
good
using
evening.
the mouthpiece. There is a
So
for retracting it.
the problem with it across the pond,
Do not inflate your life jacket until you are outside the aircraft.
I got a change in my duty plan. I probably cannot join across the pond, so I have to cancel that. But I'm planning to do a long-range flight, also on VATSIM, maybe before or after the cross the pond event. I guess it would be better before, but I'm not sure if I can time that. Hey Danny, good evening. As you've flown the 747, was it a early type? No. So it was the 747-400. So it already had the displays. Right, cabin is ready, which is nice. Taxi checklist.
Flight controls.
Checked.
Checked. Flap setting.
Config 2.
Config 2. Radar and predictive wind shear system.
On auto. On and auto.
Engine mode selector.
Normal.
ECAM memo.
Takeoff, no blue.
Taxi checklist completed.
That's working nicely. I like it. Cool. Lovely. Pale ale, I don't know what. I have my issues as well from time to time, but sometimes I really enjoy it. It's really, really good. So for we'll take the second to the right, and then we've got some restrictions. So the first one is obviously 12,000 there until Bravo Oscar 602, and that's why we have, even though 16,000 is selected on the FCU, it's 12,000 as a limit here in magenta. So we're going to climb with managed mode, and that way the autopilot will make sure and level off at the right altitudes. So we have a takeoff on packs, guys. We have both packs on APU. We need to switch the APU bleed off by 15,000 feet. So you guys, it's your responsibility to remind me after the flaps are at 0. So after the flaps are up, it's your duty to let me know that we need to switch off the APU. Good question. What aircraft? I am trying to think which platform would be best. And I'm thinking, yeah, either P3D with a 747 or maybe I'm going to do a poll. Maybe we'll do a poll. So P3D 747, X-Plane 11 with the MD-11. Or X-Plane for A310. Alright, well, we can put that on the list. Or the Microsoft Flight Sim with the BBJ 737. Yeah, so the reason why I am using the APU bleed, so we have the APU on with the APU bleed air on, and the reason for this is the engines are not supplying the bleed air for the air conditioning system, so the engines have more power available for takeoff. That's the reason behind that idea. We have a very high altitude airport today, 8,400 feet almost, and so that helps the performance. And that's the idea behind it, especially if you have an engine failure. But that's when it comes in really handy. Yeah, Bogota is a very high altitude airport. Right, Kipman, have a good flight.
You too.
Thank you. Giftswerk, hello to you. How you doing? Does it really help a lot? Well, it helps a lot in case of engine failure.
Could new subscribers please make your way to the first class cabin, where complimentary drinks, snacks and premium flight entertainment will be served. Thank you.
Hey BB, hope you're doing well. 50 months of Airbus knowledge. Thank you for your time in teaching the community.
Oh, that's
BB
really
711 beloved.
Thank you so much. Geep, thank you so much. That's very kind of you with the kind words. 50 months on Twitch here. Thank you so much. And thanks for the kind words too. Thanks for the support. Do turn off pack. Well, the thing is, so the Banji, we are already at 8,300 feet. If you switch off, let me ask you this, the Banji. If you switch off the packs, what's going to happen to the cabin? It's going to climb fairly fast after takeoff, isn't it? So you're not going to pressure. If you forget to pressurize the cabin, you don't have much time until the masks drop out. So I would not recommend doing a packless takeoff. Brennel, I don't know. I don't know why it showed smoke, or was it water spray? Good. So, as a quick recap, a flap 2 takeoff with APU supplying the packs. Departure takes us 16,000 feet. And as you can see, high terrain around the airport. So that's only 5 miles. Those mountains there, 5 miles. It's not much, is it? No, it's not raining, no. Kind of strange, yeah. So, big round of applause to everybody who has just supported today here. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out together. So, let's line up here. Bogota traffic, Avianca 8397 is lining up, departing 31 right on the Camis to Charlie departure. Cabin crew, prepare for departure. Lineup checklist.
Takeoff runway.
3-1 right, confirmed.
Takeoff runway, confirm. Approach path, clear of traffic. Cabin crew, be seated for takeoff.
Ready? Are you ready? Set and checked.
Runway 31 right, confirmed. TCAS,
TARA.
packs 1 and 2.
On.
Lineup checklist completed.
Ready?
Ready.
Takeoff.
Check.
Manflex 46 SAS auto thrust blue.
Checked. Thrust set.
knots. Checked. Do you see the slow acceleration there, guys? Look at that trend error. B1.
Rotate. Positive climb.
Gear up.
Gear up.
Yeah, you also got to be careful with the pitch. That's interesting. I did not think it would be that well simulated, but it actually is. I'm surprised. Thrust climb, alt magenta, 12,000, auto thrust. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
So autopilot 1 is on. And again, also what you see is the aircraft is actually climbing really slowly. Good, so we have to... Well, it's not quite... Well, let's leave until we have flap 0, because we're still not quite where we should be. Yeah, and it being a high altitude, you can see definitely we are kind of struggling to get up. Flap 0.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Okay, so now that we've got flaps 0, APU bleed off. We'll check that the bleed air switches over correctly. So now we see the cross bleed valve close, APU bleed valve is closed, and the bleed 1 and 2 have opened. So the pack system, air conditioning system, is now working on the respective engine bleed. And so then we can switch off the APU as well. It'll take about 3 minutes to shut off because of the cooldown timing. Here we've got 12,000 feet coming in, a bit of rain as well, interesting. I find it a bit strange knowing you've got high mountains around you, but you have to maintain 12,000 feet. That just seems a little bit strange, but I mean, if you look on the departure route, we're below MSA, obviously, still. But white means... So the white area means the highest obstacle is going to be 10,000 limited, so 11,000 will keep us at least 1,000 feet above the terrain. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Wow. That looks fabulous. Oh, yeah. Brennard, you're right. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, there isn't. I need to I need to put that back in again, yeah. Yeah, it could be, Bob. I would say the same. Yeah, that's most likely the reason behind this. So you have arrival traffic at 14,000 feet or 13,000 feet, yeah. But as we saw, it is safe, right? It's not as if it's unsafe. It's just a bit weird. And now we continue climb. So next restriction now is 14,000 below. So it's doing that correctly. It climbed automatically. And now we're going to maintain 14,000. Normally I do that with vertical speed out start because I can see it's climbing fairly quickly. Landing lights off. Seatbelts off. Oh, it's your base here, Lewis. Wow, GG. So, I don't know what aircraft type you're flying. If you're flying the A320 series, I assume you have that button here as well, right? High altitude landing button there, which we don't have in our aircraft because we don't fly to high elevation airports. But yeah, so big respect, because you guys down here, not only you're fighting with high elevation airports, but also with very convective weather from time to time. So I find that combination very challenging. So whenever you have mountainous terrain, also on top of that thunderstorms in that in these valleys or around that terrain, wow, that can get really kind of stressful. GG. Yeah, so Brennald, obviously, in order for you to be able to take off, you have to calculate your performance, and it's based on single engine, or part of it is based on single engine performance. So definitely, will it be legal and it will be covered. However, if you have an engine failure at these high altitudes, yeah, your climb rate will definitely be fairly low, yeah. So here we got 16,000 below until Camis. So quite an interesting staggered departure route. So if I select 360, go to manage speed, it should maintain alt constraint, climb is armed, climb blue, but it'll maintain 16,000 until Camis. We don't use high altitude push button only in the flights to Sierra Leone Papa, and we take off with APU off, packs off. Oh wow. Is there a reason behind that why you guys use APU off and packs off? Apart from saving fuel maybe, but because look, the cabin altitude right now is maintained to 7,250 feet. So it actually declined. It actually, so after we lifted off and the outflow valve closes, it actually adds pressure to the cabin to decrease the cabin altitude. All right, so if you use no APU bleed, so the packs are off and you climb, obviously your cabin altitude will continue to climb. All right. And, you try to get up as quickly as possible, 12,000 feet. The cabin will climb, not quite as fast as the aircraft is fairly airtight, but still, the cabin will climb. So, yeah, it's interesting. Interesting to get that kind of feedback. So, only for fuel savings. Okay. Right, so we should be climbing automatically any second now after passing. There we go. So, climb, active, alt blue. 36,000 feet, 2,000 feet to go until transition. No, what I mean, pressurized, so we were at 8,400 feet. So your cabin altitude is 8,400 feet when you push back and you taxi out to the runway. The pressure controller will put the aircraft. Oh, Brennell, thank you so much. Hang on YouTube, he found the donation button. Brennell, as always, thank you so much for your kind support. 20 euros. A long time, no challenge. Here's a small one. Please fly to 737 in Microsoft from Sedona to Kilo Golf Uniform Charlie. Okay, challenge accepted, Brennell. Thank you so much. Set standard.
Standard cross-checked. Passing flight level 182. Now
checked. Yeah, I was hoping for good weather today, so we see something, a bit of that beautiful scenery here. Gorgeous. Yeah, so after liftoff, what will happen if you have pressure available from the bleed system, so either the engine bleeds or the APU bleed, and the pack system, so the air conditioning units supply pressure to the cabin will then drive the cabin altitude on a path which is reflecting your true altitude path. However, it'll start out obviously or go to a maximum of a cabin altitude of 7,200 feet. So if you look at your pressurization, you can see your cabin out there. It will not climb much further than that. Well, maybe a little bit more, but the differential pressure now will just simply get bigger and bigger. But that's what the cabin does. Normally, let's say you take off at sea level. At sea level, the cabin altitude will be at sea level as well, right? And then once you lift off, the cabin pressure controller will then, in tandem, climb the cabin altitude with your aircraft altitude. And it'll do that until round about, again, about 7,500 feet, 7,800 feet, depending on your cruising level. Which means the differential pressure between the inside of the cabin and the outside of the cabin will continuously rise as you get into thinner air, because you're pressurizing the cabin to a certain point, which is 7,000, you know, around 7,500 feet, let's say. Yeah, so strictly speaking, if you say that no, it's pressurizing the cabin. Why? Because initially we have 8,400 feet. So if you want to have that at a lower altitude, you have to pressurize it to get the cabin to a lower altitude, because like the real atmosphere, the pressure rises as you get lower. That's what I mean with you have to pressurize the cabin after takeoff. Yeah, I think that's what you mean, right? The high altitude button will prevent the masks dropping out when you reach your critical cabin altitude. So let's see. No, at the moment, unfortunately, Frankie, the Ask bot is broken. We need our specialist to come in and fix it. Yes, so no. So if you're at 0, of course your pressure is your airport pressure, and then as you climb up, then you have to depressurize the cabin. Yes, as you climb up. But having an altitude, an airport altitude above your normal cabin altitude means the opposite. So yeah, if you're climbing from sea level, then yes, then you have to depressurize the cabin as well, but in tandem to your outside pressure. Because if you pressurize 1-to-1, obviously our cabin pressure would be 26,000 feet right now, which is very uncomfortable for, or actually it's dangerous for the passengers. So that's why you have that. Yeah, so normally with the masks in the cabin will automatically drop out when the cabin altitude reaches 14,000 feet. So when that reaches 14,000 feet, it means the the cabin or the masks, oxygen mask in the cabin will drop automatically. Now that high altitude operation. So if we don't have that, but if I remember correctly, if you switch that to on, it delays the mask deployments until you reach 16,000 feet. You just got your 8 terabyte hard drive for XP Orthos. Nice. Do you already have them downloaded, or do you need to do that? You said, then last night, if you mind, notice in the sim, the FENIX is banking with the speed brakes instead. So you mean the spoilers, not the speed brakes. So the spoilers instead of with the ailerons. Well, I don't know exactly. So it's a mixture in real life as well. So it's a mixture between ailerons and spoilers. So the flight spoilers. But I'm pretty sure if the roll rate demand is big enough, then, you know, let's say you do a full deflection of the stick, 15 degrees per second, you need ailerons as well, not just spoilers. If you are doing a very slight, very slow bank, then maybe the spoilers are enough. But I would imagine that as soon as you use a bit more, let me just try that then. Let me just go manual flight here for a second. So, let's have a look. So very slow turn, very slow. Hang on. Very slow. No, they deflect, you see, look. They deflect, the ailerons deflect. They do deflect, not just the spoilers. So very little input, I guess not much, but yeah, you can definitely see that. Autopilot one. Yeah, welcome, Frankie. Frankie, well, I mean, I do fly as a passenger quite often, but it's, well, if I do fly the A320 as a passenger, then I do see that as well. So it's a combination of the the spoilers and the ailerons. So the more you see, so if I do full stick deflection, see how much the flight control surfaces actually come out. So yeah. That's what I would expect. Yeah, so the what you're talking about is the aileron droop. So when you land and the speed brakes or the grounds, in this case it's the ground spoilers. So that when the ground spoilers come up, the ailerons come up as well to max deflection. And that helps with the aerodynamic braking, obviously. You need a certain ALAC software standard for that. Now, I'm sure that MCK would know, maybe Bruno knows. I would guess 97, but I'm probably wrong. I do not. I absolutely fight against learning that kind of stuff. I couldn't care less if it's ALAC 97 standard or 94, 92, whatever. You know, I do not care. I know it works, and that's all I need to know. Chris, yeah, no worries. I mean, we've borrowed that, okay? So we're not really in that aircraft. It's just I didn't have a different livery today, guys. I'm sorry. But yeah, thanks for the info. So Avian is the call sign if you're flying that Avianca Argentina. Okay. Thank you. Right, we're coming up level 360 and flight time. We have equal time or equi-time point coming up there. The airplane is flying. Well, yeah, I mean, but still, you know, it's I find it just a bit tedious. And then there you have so many different software standards, right? So, you know, for the ELAC computers, for flight warning computers, different software standards for the engines, for the, I don't know, TCAS systems. And so there's just so much info. You know, if you're into that, by all means, please learn it and have it off, you know, by heart. You don't get any extra points in life for that, but still, I mean, if it, you know, please do, by all means, whatever you think is necessary, do it. I'm just curious, guys. I'm not. I would never do that in real life. Just here. So fuel qualification channel twofold. Right, clear fuel. Status. Oh, okay. Normally I would expect that to be, well, it's fuel channel. It's kind of weird. It's not showing up here. Let me see. I know I'm being picky now, but.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll soon be passing through the cabin with your meal. On the menu today, we have a variety of dishes. All details of which can be found.
Let me see. I would imagine there would be something in the status.
During the meal service, we ask that you return your seat to the upright position as a courtesy to your fellow travellers. Thank you.
No, there's not. It's just crew awareness. Right. Cool. Jesus Christ. Okay. Circuit breaker tripped rear panel. Right. Cool. Yeah, I would imagine as well you should get an amber box around that. So half amber box. But again, I can't 100% predict on that or tell you that. Right, so that's interesting. Oh yeah, by the way, some of these CBs are actually pulled already. I don't know why, but it shouldn't. But yeah, sometimes they are pulled. Kind of strange. No, Eternal, I wouldn't dare pulling them in flight, no way. Oh, hang on. Window heat computer 1. Let's see what happens now. Anti-ice, left window. Clear anti-ice. Ah, there we go. In-up systems, left windshield heat, left window heat. I like that. I find that really cool. Right, these are the really bad boys. So these have, and they are not modeled. I mean, you know, we talk about AC 2-bus supply, etc., etc. These are really high powered. So 50 amps, 20 amps, 25 amps. Yeah. So these are the high voltage or high ampage circuit breakers, and they're located at the lower. Turn off lavatory ventilation. You're cruel. You are cruel. Right, TCAS, RMB. Oh, let's see. Flight. Right, these things are nasty. So, flight augmentation computers, AC and DC supply. Yeah, these things are really, really nasty. Oh yeah, these. Oh yeah, the engine oil. I don't know why those up always popped. That's so weird. I've seen that last time. That's just the switching. That doesn't do anything. Okay, interesting. Recirculation fan. Well, that's just the control. That would be supply. Yeah, if you start looking around for all these different... Oh, that's not modeled. Okay, that's interesting. Those are not modeled. That is... Right. Yeah, so... Yeah, you can mess about with those if you like. Cool. Where are we? And it's like when you're flying here, it's like always high terrain. Always high terrain. Circuit breakers we call them, not fuses. So circuit breakers. So I'm just trying some stuff, see what happens with the ECAM. So the sector or grid altitudes, look at that, 20,000, 19,700 is the grid altitude. Really, really high. So this is Sierra Kilo Papa Sierra. We're going to be flying on the second flight. We're going to fly to that airport. It has a fantastic approach. Done it a couple of times. I'm going to do that again today. Cockpit locking is not model either. Okay. I don't know. I'm not trying to mess about that. I know you can open the door. I was quite surprised the last time. You can actually open the door, which is quite interesting. Well, you mean like if you put that to lock? Well, no, you can still open it this way though, so... Engine vibration, yeah, this is normal. So anything up to 1 unit would be perfectly normal. If it goes towards 2, you probably start feeling some vibration in the airframe. And the most issues I've had with engine vibration were false indications. Hey, Grüße nach Wien. Wie geht's? Servus. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't expect everything to work according to the real aircraft. I mean, we talk about an add-on, what's 55 euros, 60 euros. So, again, guys, you've got to understand this is not a 100% real world, replica of the real aircraft. So, yeah, I'm amazed at what it actually does simulate. So I find that pretty cool. Let's see who wrote us a message. Delay? Seriously? Are we late? What? Schedule is 1920. No, we're actually early. What's it talking about? Late. Lies, I say lies. Let's see, how are we doing on the fuel? So, Titgu, do we have a fuel check? Actually, do that here on Sim Toolkit Pro. Titgu. Yeah, we do. So, 29 minutes after departure. So, we lost 2 minutes. And fuel, we have 4.9, and we're supposed to have 3.5 plus 1200, so 4.7, and we got 4.9, so that's good. Hey, I pushed late. Hey, Cyanide. Yeah, all my best wishes again. Yeah, so like I wrote you in a private message, all the best wishes. Take care, buddy. Do you have escape ropes in the cockpit? Yes, we do. There, we have them in the real cockpits as well. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, sign up. Yeah. Yeah. All the best, man. Oh. Yeah, I always kind of feel for these the people that have to go through procedures. ATC's online. Oh, okay. Thank you, Equipment, for that. So we've got 28.4. Let me see. If we can reach them. Cool. So let's have a look for the VATSIM map. Oh, actually, we are right now in the sector. Okay. 20.6, sorry, not 20, 20.6.
Direct India, Papa India, windmill 26 Golf, thank you.
Bogota Center, good evening to you from Avianca 8397, level 360.
Avianca 8397, Bogota Center, hello sir, good morning, squawk 2314.
2314 on the squawk, Avianca 8397. Where do you fly around normally in the real world? Around Europe? At the moment.
Avianca 8397, right Kansas 360, and proceed by direct to Ideality or India, Papa India.
Avianca 8397, direct to India, Papa India, viewer. Thank you. There we go. That's nice. Oh, I have FS Realistic, yes. Actually, that's a good idea. Let me try it. I'm not sure. Does it load automatically or do I need to activate it? Hold on.
Avianca 4191.
No, I need to activate it manually, don't I? FS Realistic.
FS Realistic connected.
It's connected. So, so the question is, what do I want to set? I don't want the speed brake sounds, because that's silly. Disabled. So I have that disabled. Airframe wind. Yeah, that's fine. Blade slapping. Lol. Oh, that's for helicopters. Brakes, right. Some aircraft, when brakes are applied, a slight squeaking sound. No, no. No, we don't. We don't have squeaking sounds in the cockpit, no. Breathing. Is it working now? So we have... movements when we breathe. Yeah. Okay. I find that a bit strange though. Yeah, so I have that disabled. Cockpit ambience. Calm cockpit. Don't know what that's supposed to be. Yeah, well, I don't know if I want to... Oh, crash screaming. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, that's bad. Why?
Avianca 4191.
Why would you even put something like that in? That doesn't make sense. Nobody screams like that if they're having a
Avianca
crash.
4191, negativo, contacto radar, active código. Entienda código transponder, no Charlie, por favor.
No.
Holy shit! Holy shit!
Oh, sorry, God. Some heavy swearing going on here. Jesus. Stop it. I don't know, do we have different profiles? Yeah, the FENIX, I have the FENIX saved, but I need to change some of that stuff. Engine start, pistons, no. Engine vibration. Feel the power of the engine when accelerating engine and when on stable RPM. No, do we want that?
Negativo.
No, we don't want that, do we? Flaps dragged, rumble. Oh, that's for the Cessnas. Okay. Flap lever. That sounds all right. No, we don't want to. Oh, when overspeeding flaps, airframe vibrations. Okay. Okay. Well. Okay, V1 simulation. Okay, thanks for the tip. So let me try to find profiles. So do I go to Profile Cloud? Ah, okay. So V1 simulations. A320 Real version 2. Import. Okay, so we're using the FENIX A320 by V1 simulations. But does he have screams active? I hope not. No, good man. Yeah, he's got that off. Okay, so flaps drag, flap. Oh, actually, it doesn't have flap lever. No flap lever sounds. Doesn't. But I'm wondering. But FENIX has its own sounds, doesn't it? That's why probably. Gear drag, airfan vibration, and drag noises coming from the extended gear. Ground effect. No. Ground roll. Okay. Right. Overspeed. Reverse thrust. Oh, okay. Ooh. Ooh, nice. What is that? Seriously? He's got that active. Why? Why would passengers like crazy pilots and they scream it when flying aerobatics? It's recommended to turn off this effect.
Windmill 26 Golf, monitor unit con 1 to 2.8, sir. Have a good day, but
128, thank you, sir.
Now
Have a
that
good
is
day.
terrible.
Windmill 26
That
Golf.
scares the hell out of me. You definitely want to have that disabled. That is scary stuff. Speed brake drag, okay. Okay, that's nice as well.
Bogota Center, buenos días, United 526, 50410, inbound Jackie.
Alright, cool.
Norwich 85.
So we should use that then.
Buenos días, squawk 2314.
Oh yeah, Mark. Mark, I didn't forget.
Squawk 2314, United 8526.
Failures. I can still read it, Mark. Sleep well, Mark. Right, we're coming over India, Papa India. And then we've got the approach. What happened? What happened? Jesus! I have control.
Avianca 4191, contacto radar nivelado 340, continúe su rotación.
I think that was a random. I think that was a random wind change again from Microsoft. Right, if anyone asks, nothing happened, alright? It serves you right. Oh. Right, taking notes here. Nothing happened, alright? If the controller asks, all good.
Continuing at found, United 8526.
You fell over the back. No, nothing happened. Well, sometimes that's the thing. So it pulled up. I could imagine a bit of overspeed because of wind change or something. That does happen from time to time. It was Yoda. No, blame Bruno. Cool. Let's prepare for the approach. So I was just about to go through. So we're going to go and fly towards Quito VOR, and there we have to have 17,000 is the minimum holding. Yeah. However, well, that's a problem. You see, that's the highest terrain.
Avianca 8397, service right terminated, monitor unit con 1 to 2.8, sorry, have a good day, bye-bye.
1 to 2.8, thanks for service, good night, Avianca 8397. You should have screams enabled, no. Alright, yeah, no, please no political messages here on my stream, thank you. Right, so, we want to have, yeah, 16,000 at least. That's why we have 17,000 here. The lowest, I guess, in the holding would be 15. But we've got restricting altitudes anyways. 14.3 on that routing there. Then we've got 13,000 until 002, 12,200 until 003, then 11.8 until 004, and then 11.1 to Igovu. And that's the number 3. Where's the 3? 3 max 180 knots on that ball note there. Then step down to 10.9, then step down to 10.1, and that's a final approach point. From there we go final approach, 3.1 degrees. And the minimum today for us, let's do 0.3, is going to be 8,450. $8,450 for the minimums. My flight. So let's have a look for the weather. Arrival right now is 360. Oh, it's freshened up a bit. So 360 at 16. Thunderstorm. You've got to be kidding me. Nice. I love it. It's me like, oh no. Like, this is like, I'll show you what my reaction is like. Hold on. So this is my reaction. Right? And chat is like, yay, thunderstorms. How cool. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I've just had some salad. So yeah, I was wondering why the wind had freshened up. So thunderstorms, that explains it. Good. So we've got that in. Now the only question is for the landing flap setting. So there's two issues. One is it's a high altitude airport again. So it's 8,000 feet landing runway elevation. So we're going to have a higher ground speed because of higher true airspeed. However, for the missed approach, we do want to have a better performance. So going around in flaps config 2 will be better than config 3. So for landing, config 3 would be better than config 4 in that case. However, if we go config 3, we got 142 knots. Right, top descent is reached. Let's go down to 20,000 initially. Yeah, 20,000 initially. So we're going down. Thrust idle, descent out blue, level 200. Yeah, let's go with config 3 because 3.1 degrees is all right with config 3. We can do that. Flight sim data, yes, of course. If so, one of them is going to be wet. If we have to meet a certain go-around performance, you'll have that set here. So if, let's say it says go-around gradient 4% required. If nothing is published, it's 2.5 degrees anyway. So, but sometimes you'll have, you know, go-around gradient required 4%, 5%. Then of course, yeah, you have to be a bit careful with single engine performance. I mean, in real life, our calculators have those values automatically published as well for us when we do our calculations. More drag. Roger. Speed brakes out. Oh, that's a rumble. Oh, nice. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. It makes you more aware of the fact that you have speed brakes out. That's cool. Landing weight is about 63 tons, which is a lot, really. So that's not exactly light. Let's take automatic medium. Although, I tell you what, we've got a long runway. We've got 4,100 meters available. So we're going to go with automatic low, keep the brake temperatures low, because we've got a short turnaround. And then we'll depart to Pasto Antonio. We'll use max reverse, auto thrust off, flaps config 3. So 3,000 meters is what we require. Cool. So automatic low and config 3 confirmed up here. Let's prepare that. Are you ready for the approach brief? Go ahead. That's cool. It pops up with the with that. So let's do that. We'll do a non-precision approach transition. Is it 18,000 here as well? Oh, the rumbling. I can see the rumbling with the speed brakes. Speed brakes back in. Yeah, it's 18,000 as well. So 18,000. Threats, terrain, and weather would be a threat as well. Decision height AGL is 540. And minimum descent altitude is 8450. Arrival airport altitude is 7910. APU after landing, yes. Auto land, no. There we go. So, for the briefing, we're flying the direct to Quito VOR, and then we go and fly the RMP X-Ray 36. Confirmed. Our minimum today is 8,450 feet. Go around is as follows: 002 degrees to Gulf Quebec Mike 006, and then RMP climb to Ilpex.
Traffic, wind 26 call over Quebec, India Tango VOR, flight level 1.
And Ilpex at or above 13,000. Climb and hold to 16,000. So we continue from there here to Quebec Mike 018 and then Ilpex. Let's just make sure we have that all correctly programmed. 018 Ilpex, 13,000 and then 16,000. So we could climb all the way up to 16,000 feet for the missed approach. Right, so cool. That's that. Extra fuel at the moment. More drag again. Right. Extra fuel we have about a ton, or 1.2 tons. So why is it slowing down that much? Let's go to 50 knots. I don't want to slow that much down. So 250 knots here. 1.2 tons, about half an hour, meaning we can do one more approach into Quito before we have to divert. So we'll use final approach mode from, so it'll be nav and descent mode until we get to Dabit, final approach point. From there, final approach mode to the minimum. We'll use config 3, full reverse, automatic low, planned runway exit is taxiway Alpha 3. Left off. Hotspots, I don't see any. We go to the apron there. Special high altitude, maybe some thunderstorms, although at the moment it looks alright. So I think Microsoft Flight Sim gods are... Oh, there's the airport, by the way, guys. They are kind to us today, so that's fine. Threats, yeah, high terrain weather. Hydro airspeed, higher ground speeds. So there we go. Right, let's continue down. So let's dial in our final approach point altitude 10,100 feet. Yeah, and we have a pretty high gradient past that. It's a non-precision approach, so I do want to enter the threshold identifier. 3-6. At least we have headwind. Speed brakes back in. And speed managed again. Slowing down. For the VOR, let's put Quito in here. Fantastic, cool. Right, track miles. Lol, more drag. Track miles is 35, and we have to lose about 10,000 feet, 11,000 feet, so we should be okay. Let's add some speed brakes. What I'm going to do now is actually I'm going to reduce the speed selected I want to get some we're below 20,000 feet, so that's a restriction for the flaps, guys. 20,000 feet. Look at those mountains. Blimey, they are high. So you want to make sure that you're below 20,000 feet for any flap deployment. Any questions?
No questions.
So we are going to go set QNH 1024. Set QNH. Set QNH. It's not doing it. Let's see. Seatbelts on. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
No, there isn't a step kit. I don't think it's in Microsoft. It's only in P3D, isn't it? Oh, it's so heavy. Blimey. Look at that. VFE, we have to go below the placket speed here.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
No. For crying out loud. Flaps 1.
Speed checked. Flaps 1.
Flaps 2.
Speed checked. Flaps 2.
Yeah, that's a problem. We are a bit high. So we need to dive. Gear down.
Gear down.
Set QNH.
Cabin crew, be seated for landing.
Approach checklist.
Barrow ref.
QNH 1024. Set and checked.
1024. Set. Seatbelts.
On.
Minimum.
Barrow 8450 feet set. Set and checked.
Auto brake.
Low. Set. Yeah, low set. Set and checked.
Engine mode selected.
Normal.
Approach checklist completed.
8 PME. Quito.
Yeah, this one shows 500 feet offset. So if it's at the extreme, it could be more than 500 feet. So you can check that on your progress page. There you have the exact value if it's more than 500 as well. So we're good on the approach right now. Quito traffic, Avianca 8397 is passing Quebec Mach 004 for the RP X-ray runway 36 in Quito. Ah, there we go. Look at that. So that's the little mountain we fly around, and the airport is right there. Flaps 3.
Speed checked. Flaps 3.
So the final approach mode, or final approach phase is activated. And we check that we have the accuracy required, 0.3 nautical miles. So normally we would put that in here manually on both sides.
Terrain ahead.
Yeah, disregard.
Terrain ahead.
Gotta wait for the checklist.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Right, disregard.
Terrain ahead. Pull up.
Actually, no, that's that way. There you go. So we can see the terrain. Wow, look at that. That is just gorgeous. Oh really? No beta has that feature with the thermals. Cool. Yeah, we have to go and try some glider planes at some point. Good, we're coming to the final approach point, damn it. So we're inbound to there. We can press approach mode now. So we've got final approach. And there are some cross-check altitudes. Let's check. Dab it at 10.1. Yeah, and from there it's just the final approach mode down to the minimums. Right, there's the airport. You can see one traffic. That's Kidman on final there. We're lucky with the weather. It's
2,500.
It's checked.
Radar altimeter alive.
Ooh. Checked. Just waiting for the landing checklist to pop up. So if config 3 is correct, gears down. But look at that, we're still so high up. It's 10,800 feet. And the cabin, now, the pressure... Look at that, it's gone up 7,850 right now. It's gone up to the... almost to the landing elevation, obviously. Landing checklist.
ECAM memo.
Landing no blue.
Landing checklist completed.
Right, lovely. Look at that. On final, coming to the final approach point. 10,100 feet, correct. Gonna set missed approach now that we have final approach mode active. 16,000 missed approach is set. On path. Wow. That is beautiful. Hey Nico, how you doing? Right, I'm gonna do a manual thrust here. I'm not sure why the VDAF has disappeared. Oh, because my co-pilot switched on the ILS, which he shouldn't. Right, keep your fingers to yourself, man. Right, we should have 1,000.
Windmill 26 Golf, runway 36 vacated. Quito.
Thank you much. Avianca A397 is on a 4-mile final, runway 36 in Quito. Manual flight. I'm actually quite happy with config 3. It does require quite a high descent rate, obviously, with the ground speed of 172. But the power setting is just a little bit more relaxed, which is good. And here we got the crossbars until the minimums, or the missed approach point. Oh, look at that valley there. Oh, that's so gorgeous. Beautiful. I don't see any PAPI lights just yet. We're just going to trust the VDEF, which is now at the moment nicely centered. So just keep our aim point, a bit wind.
100 above.
Thank you.
Minimums.
Continue.
100 above. Minimum.
Continue. Absolutely gorgeous. So beautiful. Oh yes, sorry. Yeah. Sorry for that.
300.
But I'm not kidding. You can feel. You can feel the sensitivity up here. It is more sensitive as you're on thinner air.
Tank brake.
Disregard.
50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
A bit floaty today.
5.
What? 239?
Spoilers. Reverse green. Decel.
Now that's how pros do it. 239, and it feels like you've crashed. No, I've got to dial down the
70 knots.
The sensitivity settings there for the touchdown. Manual brakes. That is not realistic. Touchdown, movement, touchdown sound, movement. Yeah, I'm dialing that right down. Well, that was a nice approach. Loved it. Really nice.
Ready.
What? That was a cool approach. Loved it. Nico, you're fine. You missed 4 streams. Have you really? Have I been streaming so much lately? After landing checklist.
Radar and predictive wind shear system
off.
After landing checklist completed.
Seatbelt fastened, leaving all items and hand luggage safely stowed until the seatbelt signs have been switched off.
Right, so what we'll do, guys, we're going to go ahead and do a ground transit. And so we're going to fly to Pasto Anito. It has another fantastic approach, I can promise you that. We've seen it before in P3D and I think also here in... Oh, and sorry, I missed a question there regarding the... The scenery, guys, is there a payware scenery for Quito?
This will lead you on to your departure terminal, and please check your gate number in the departure lounge. To avoid missing your
Pasto, not pasta. Pasto Anito. No, there isn't, right? Because this is yeah, because this is handcrafted from Microsoft.
Directly to the flight connections desk. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the entire
yeah, and I think
airline,
Stepke, it's because exactly because of that the reason.
and we hope to see you again in the near future. Thank you.
Yeah, so what it does, the cabin pressure controller puts the cabin about, was it 200 feet below the elevation of the airport, so that you have a slight higher pressure in the cabin to prevent the pressure bumps as you touch down and brake. Because think of it, the air in the cabin is behaving a little bit like water. So if you brake or accelerate for takeoff, the same for braking on landing, the air will come to the front. So the people sitting in the front will feel a rise in pressure on their ears, while the passengers at the back, at the rear, will feel a drop in pressure. So that's why you try to pressurize the cabin a little bit below the landing elevation of the airport to prevent that. And then once you have touched down, the outflow valve slowly opens so that the rest of the pressure is leaked out, and then you have exactly the same pressure inside as outside. So the differential pressure here, as you see, is 0. So that's the idea behind it. What gate is this? Do we have a number there? Unfortunately not. Let me just check my charts. Yeah, Franz, as always. Yeah, my pleasure. So that's the second last there. Is that 11? Or yeah, let's try 11 then. So let's go and meme GSX, or GSX is going to meme us. One of those two options. So let's go parking 12. Follow me, yes please. Now the question is, where's the follow me? Anybody seen a follow me? The scenery is fine. Oh, 40 seconds. The scenery is fine. I have, you know, I have no complaints. And again, as you see, the surroundings looks absolutely fantastic as it is. The surroundings, you don't need any payware for that for sure. It's just the airport itself. Although, again, the airport is perfectly fine. No complaints. Right, where's my follow me? There he is. No. Oh, I thought. Oh, it initially looked like a Lamborghini. That would have really been a meme. I would have laughed so hard if that were a Lamborghini. It looked really flat, so that's why I thought it was. I had an what's it called, association to real world. He does drive like he has a Lamborghini. Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh no. Where's that position? Oh no, don't tell me oh god, hang on. I think I actually chose the exact same position as Kidman. Let me go with 13 then. Where are they? I don't see them. Where's 13? Oh, there we are. It's behind us. God. Right, quick question. Sorry, Robin. You have a quick question. If the flight plan includes step climbs and step descents, and you get a direct to, what do you do? Hang on. If you flight plan includes 11 and direct to. Okay, so well, I mean, so if you don't have ATC, right? So let's say you're not on VATSIM. Reverse is on? Oh, you mean, okay. No, so if you're not on VATSIM, then climb according to your optimum profile. Right? According to profile you have in your FMS. If you are on VATSIM, you're going to have to ask for a climb. But the main focus is your optimum climb, or optimal altitude in the FMS. That's the important thing. No, you have to. So Nico, when you do ditching process, so the whole checklist will tell you to switch off the packs before you press the ditching push button. So you make sure that you have depressurized the cabin before you actually do that. Here we go. That's our parking spot right there. Robin, yeah, so... Yeah, like I said, Robin, regarding descents, though, if you are in a descent, or if you get a direct to descent, yeah, make sure, next waypoint where you have a restriction, you would then be at your correct altitude. And quite often you have a different altitude or flight level once you change directions. So I'm just going to wait for my first officer to switch on the APU bleed. There it is. You parked a bit too far and askew? Are you kidding me? 40 centimeters and you're complaining. You've got to be kidding me. Yeah, right. So, do we get a jetway? Oh, we do. Nice.
The boarding requested.
Parking checklist.
Parking brake or chocks.
Parking brake set. Parking brake set. Set and checked. Auto brake on. No, brakes on. Set and checked.
Engines.
Off.
Wing lights.
Off.
Fuel pumps.
Off.
Parking checklist completed.
Right, nice. Yeah, that was a good flight. So, guys, I'm going to leave everything running as is. I'm just going to restart the stream so that we have a nice nicer cut between the two flights. So it'll take about 3 minutes, and I'll be back on the air. Big thank you to Brennelt for the 20 € donation. Thank you so much to all the resubs coming in and new members coming in. Thank you so much for the support. So stay tuned. Be back again without intro music. I'm just gonna stop the stream and restart it again. See you in a few minutes if you like.